Dragon Age the Veilguard has nudity in it, and I'm really happy it does, because not every fantasy RPG I play needs to be a G-rated, PG, or PG-13 rated game. I like mature games. And Dragon Age has always, I guess Bioware in general, if you really think about it with the Mass Effect series, especially if you're talking Mass Effect 2 and the abundance of companion characters you had and all of the different sexualities that were portrayed there, um, BioWare has always pursued relationships in games and romances in games at the sort of outer limits of what other companies are willing to do. They've always sort of pushed that boundary. And it sounds like they're going to be continuing that tradition with Dragon Age the Veilguard. Now, of course, we don't know if they're going to go full on like Baldur's Gate 3, we're going all in with bear stuff. Like, we don't know if they're going that route or if they're going to be sticking to, just the companions that we have and keeping it strictly human on human, if that makes sense. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen in D&D. Also Harry Potter. If you haven't watched Robot Chicken, the Harry Potter bit when they do the animal shape-shifting is hilarious. Anyway, Dragon Age Veilguard has nudity in the character creator, and Game Informer has another article up talking about how when they were customizing their character earlier this year during the cover story visit, they were customizing a feminine Rook, and while adjusting body options, their shirt disappeared, allowing them to customize the chest size of their female avatar. And said this is when Veilguard game director Corinne Bush smiled, likely knowing full well that nudity in the character creator means nudity elsewhere in the game, like in Veilguard's romance, and something I know BioWare fans will be undoubtedly hear. She tells me this is a mature RPG. When asked directly if there was bottom nudity in the game apart from just the topless that they saw in the character creator, the response was they want to let fans discover for themselves in the game. No clue if this talks full genitalia as mentioned here in the article. That's not, it's not a big deal, but if it is, cool. I if I think that Cyberpunk 2077 is a good example of how something can be done tastefully. I really appreciated the overall sort of mature feel to Cyberpunk 2077 way more than I did, say, the PG-13 um, version of like when I'm playing World of Warcraft. Like there's a big difference between the experience that I'm going to get out of a game when it has more of immersive realism. So I'm a big fan of whatever they can choose to do here, as long as it's tasteful. They do mention here nudity has been present in previous Bioware games, but almost always implied. Um, there's usually we've seen waist up nudity in romance scenes and etc. And we've seen some scenes where they've done the artistic, like we're going to shade this part just show you the silhouette. They've definitely done lots of different things over the years with their romance scenes across the Mass Effect and Dragon Age franchise. And this is the first time I think that I'm aware of that they've actually shown full frontal. Now, well, I say full frontal, but I just mean at least topless. We don't know what they're going to show in terms of everything else, but the thumbnail says it all because essentially that's what we're getting confirmed here because they want players to find it in game. I don't know. I could be overreaching. You never know. But in this case, do we want to be reaching? There might be things out there that you touch when you reach that you know what I'm going with that. Anyway, that's it. Another Dragon Age Veilguard update. I thought this one was kind of cute and funny because I know there was an uproar um, from a certain subset of the community around Baldur's Gate 3 having nudity in it and having the inclusivity and allowing players to romance lots of different characters lots of different ways. And one of the things we've already seen confirmed from Dragon Age, the Veilguard, is the fact that characters are going to be pansexual. They're going to be able to, you'll be able to romance whoever you want in this game. It's not going to be limited to just, you could only romance this character if you're a male, and you could only romance this character if you're female. You can do anything you want across the board. Never a bad thing to have more options. So I'm a big fan of seeing what they bring to the table with the nudity in the game. And just overall, Dragon Age Veilguard isn't about the nudity. This is just a news article that's talking about something that's in the game. And hopefully we will continue to see more fun stuff from them in the future. I'm on board. I'll be streaming the hell out of this game when it launches. So make sure to follow along for more coverage. There's a playlist below if you want to see coverage that I've already done on Dragon Age the Veilguard. Also, don't forget I'm doing Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough in July and August of 2024 to acquaint myself with the story because it's been a while. Because we know Solus is going to have a big part to do with this. So make sure you follow along with that as well. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. Daily streams here and on Twitch. There's a Discord, Patreon, all the socials. See you there.